getting ready for the second half. Of tonight's chat. Everybody stop and get yourself a drink of water. This is the only time during the week that I know that you got some water. Okay, and tonight, instead of making a specific recipe, and I know Sarah was very excited about a recipe. This one's not a recipe per se. We are going to try 3 products and see what we think about them. Ooh, yeah, and Sarah refreshed hers with ice, and it was so good. Yeah, oh no, I love iced tea. And these are so good. I don't know, it's so good made in the refrigerator like this that, yes, we're having a taste test, Sarah. These are so good like this that I don't even need sugar in them. They're just, I don't know, they're just delicious like this. Okay. So we all know, or I think we do, we all know how last week's taste test went. So I was a trooper. I'm still trying to be brave about it. I tried to put on a good face. I couldn't do it. Could not do it. So last week we tested, well, John did too. Last week we tested cottage cheese, which I still cannot stand, but we tested cottage cheese in a recipe that Orlando Debbie loves. And Casey did posted the directions for how to make it in last week's chat, and that's just over on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. We didn't make it into a real recipe since I didn't like it. So since it was okay, it wasn't, like, I didn't eat the rest of it, John did. I tried it with, I tried eating it, and it was just ranch and cottage cheese and a little bit of Dax Ranch seasoning, like it had Hidden Valley Ranch, Dax seasoning, a little bit of water because it was just way too thick for me. Anyway, I tried it. You'll have to go back and watch last week's chat to find out, you know, what it is and what we did. But anyway, so sorry, I have to give it like it wasn't quite a thumbs down, but I will not be making it again. I've also been asked to taste one particular product, so I'm going to try 3 different things to see what I think, so I can give you a recommendation on it. I know a lot of you all think that I only talk about things that I absolutely love and that all goes well and that there's never any disasters. That is not true. We have had some Trader Joe's taste tests where I was like, don't buy this product. I'm probably going to return it myself. I've had some recipes that didn't turn out, you know, because we do them live, that didn't quite turn out like we wanted. So this is going to be a taste test. The product that I was asked to test is Hearts of Palm pasta. So Hearts of Palm, it's a vegetable, and this is made into a pasta. I've never had this before. I've not opened this container yet. You can see that it is still closed. This is going to be a live taste test, but what I can tell you is I'm going to compare this. This is 0 points. So this is made with Hearts of Palm, and the ingredients are, and this is Palmini is the brand. So this is Palmini Hearts of Palm. I chose angel hair pasta just because I knew that it wouldn't be thick, you know, just be a really skinny, you know, a thin pasta. This has 20 calories per serving, 4 grams of carbs. It's gluten-free and sugar-free. And yeah. Okay, true. Debbie says those Aldi frozen meals that you tried to bulk up weren't the best. Correct. I did not repurchase any of those. And yes, John, I did see that you have to rinse it first. So again, per serving, it's 20 calories, 0 fat, of course, 0 saturated fat, 60 milligrams of sodium for whoever was getting ready to ask about the sodium. And okay, yeah, and Carol Lou, I do see that it needs to be rinsed first. 4 carbohydrates. It does have 1 gram of protein, and again, it's sweet. Sliced Hearts of Palm, water, natural sea salt, and citric acid. And the basic directions are drain palmini and then rinse with plenty of water. So we will be doing that here in just a second. I did just want to point out, though, I have never had this open. This has not been open. I'm not cheating. I've never tasted this before. I don't even know what it looks like in the container. So, oh, excuse me. So these are 0 points. The sauce that we're going to try it in, I have had before. Love it, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. We're also going to be taste testing it against spaghetti squash. I already know how spaghetti squash tastes as spaghetti. I do cook spaghetti squash often, but I wanted to, since we're taste testing things, I wanted to see how Green Giant veggie spirals, the spaghetti squash, I wanted to see how this compared to making my own spaghetti squash, because remember, this whole summer we're going to be talking, or this whole month of June, we're going to be talking about how to rescue your routines and get back into routines. Well, if I don't have time to cook a spaghetti squash, even though it's super stinking easy in the air fryer, and if you don't know how to cook a spaghetti squash in the air fryer, scoot on over to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and type in spaghetti squash, and I'll show you how to do it in the air fryer. But let's just say I don't have time to. This is frozen, so we're going to taste test this also. This is Green Giant veggie spirals, and it says, "Behold the power of spaghetti squash." Green Giant veggie spirals are an exciting new take on pasta. Enjoy this spaghetti-shaped vegetable as a great alternative to traditional pasta cut directly from spaghetti squash with no sauce or seasoning added. Green Giant veggie spirals are ready for sauteing or steaming. And this contains, the ingredients are spaghetti squash. So this is literally, oh no, Phyllis says, you're so brave. Doesn't sound good if you have to wash it to eat it. We're going to find out. It cannot be as bad as cottage cheese, okay? Oh, Carol Lou says the only Hearts of Palm product I did not like was the mashed potatoes. Interesting. Okay, maybe I'll try those next. But so the only ingredient in this is spaghetti squash. Also has 1 gram of protein. This is 25 calories, 0 points. So we're going to also try this in the sauce that I already know I love. And then this is the Tattooed Chef, and I showed you this a couple of weeks ago, but I had not opened it yet. But this is the Tattooed Chef zucchini spirals, and again, the only ingredient is, you guessed it, zucchini. There is nothing else in here. This one has microwave directions, and it also has stovetop directions. I'm going to save this one for last. I don't know. Am I going to cook it in the microwave? I don't know. We'll see. But again, zucchini, the calories in this one are 15. It's 15 calories. Apparently this is going to come in little nests, which I have done before with zucchini and squash spirals, but we're going to check this one out too. So we are going to try, because I know how 2 of these should taste. Yeah, and Debbie says, I didn't think you would like it, but I'm glad you tried it. At least it's not just the texture I don't like. That's very true, Debbie. So I will tell you all what I always tell Alyssa, and Debbie is reminding me of this, that you don't have to eat it if you don't like it, but you have to take one no thank you bite. And I tried it on cauliflower, broccoli, and carrots, all 3 of which I love, and it was no thank you. So I actually took 3 no thank you bites. But yes, Debbie, thank you for pushing me outside of my comfort zone. You know, you got to go outside of your comfort zone, or sometimes you won't know when you love something. Like maybe I'll love the Hearts of Palm. I don't know. Okay, the spaghetti sauce that I'm using does have points. This was a birthday gift from our friend Darius, who John is gone with right now, I think. Anyway, this was a gift from him, and this is MIDS, MID''S. He got this in Ohio, so I have no idea if you live outside of Ohio. I don't know where to get this from, but this is the official spaghetti sauce of the Cleveland Browns. It does have sausage in it. I am using this. Let's see, Sarah said, what did you not like about it? Are you talking about the cottage cheese, the dip stuff? It was just nasty to me because I don't like the flavor of cottage cheese, and I could not hide it with the ranch stuff. Okay, so this is MIDS. Let's see, Italian sausage. It has 5 grams of protein. This is not low points. This is 5 points for a half of a cup, but if it tastes good on any of these, this was so stinking good that I am more than willing to spend this. I'm more than willing to spend 5 points on a half a cup to enjoy it on one of these, because this stuff is fantastic. Okay, so, oh, Mindy says MIDS is the best. So does that mean if I visit South Carolina that I can get this in South Carolina, because this stuff was good? Okay, so what I'm going to do first, I'm going to get this heating up so that I'll have it warm for each of these. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of that going. And I told you all couple of weeks ago. Oh, you can get it in South Carolina, even the Cleveland brown one. I told you all a few weeks ago that, what did I tell you all a few weeks ago? Oh, that I guess it was for my birthday, so it must have been last week, that I told you all that I am not the buy me jewelry or, yes, and yes, Sandra, that one does have meat in it, but I'm confident that they have them that don't have meat in them. That's just the other half of my birthday present, so we're using it tonight instead of buying something else, and because I already know what it tastes like on actual pasta. But I told you all the way to my heart is not through, it's not through buying jewelry or expensive flowers or things like that. I love daisies. I love hand-picked flowers. I love, okay, and Mindy says the hearty veggie is really good. Mindy, do you know how many points that has, the hearty veggie? But anyway, so this friend knows that the way to my heart is through unusual food finds that I can't necessarily find around here. So yes, thank you, Darius, for that. Okay, so let's try. I want to try the Tattooed Chef zucchini spirals first, mainly because I want to see what this little nest looks like. And the microwave directions for this. Oh, it is a cute little nest. Oh, it's a tiny little. Oh, thank you, Sarah. And so don't get too used to it because we're going to be moving hopefully to the new showroom to do these in about 2 weeks. Okay, so the directions on this, and this is literally zucchini. So we're going to try this one first. This is just zucchini, and this is from the Tattooed Chef, and it is just zucchini. You place the desired amount of nests, which is 1, in a microwave-safe bowl. Cover. Ooh, let's cover this real quick. Okay, cover and cook on high. Oh, Mindy says the hearty veggie is 2 points for a half a cup instead of 5. So I'm going to cook on high for 3 minutes. Okay. Okay. While I'm doing that, I am going to make sure. Ooh, Debbie, I saw that. Debbie says the Tattooed Chef Mexican street corn is really good. Saw that one too. Anxious to try that one. Never met a street corn I didn't like. So I'm thinking that one's going to be really good. Okay, so while that one's heating up, I just want to say also, look at this loveliness from our garden. My neighbor and I are sharing the garden this year, and she talked me into growing some things that I would have normally not planted. I normally plant very sturdy things. We did arugula, some salad greens, which are about petering out because it's getting too hot outside, and we did dinosaur kale. Look how interesting that looks. So this is going to be a nice salad to go with all of these after I, get this cooked. That, and so I got all of that out of the garden today, this morning. So I stopped to water the garden this morning on the way to church and gathered all that. We also had some little plum tomatoes come in, and Alyssa planted these. They're little heart-shaped tomatoes. So anyway, while we're letting that heat up, I just wanted to show you what I got out of the garden this morning. Okay, so that one's going to go for 3 minutes. That's the zucchini noodles. 3 minutes, remove cover, toss, and heat for an additional 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, so while that one's going, we're going to get some veggie, we're going to get some spaghetti squash veggie spirals going. I know, and Debbie, I'm so excited. Like the dinosaur kale, I've never had anything like that before. Okay, so the spaghetti squash in the microwave is microwave on high for 6 to 7 minutes. Okay, so since it's not a little nest, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the little bowl that I'm going to be trying it in. Interesting. Is there actually spaghetti squash in here? Because they just look like little ice cubes. Carol Lou says, can't wait for my tomatoes to come in. Lots of flowers, but no tomatoes. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, well, these were little tomatoes that, these were little tomato plants that were, the ones that have already come in were provided by the co-op, the little co-op that was down there. Okay, gotta tell you, that looks like more ice than spaghetti squash, but we're gonna find out. Okay, so the first one is about ready to toss. Ooh, and it is good and hot. Okay, I don't think those need to cook any longer than that. Okay, we're gonna get the spaghetti squash going, and it said, I'm gonna do it for like 5 minutes, because I have a feeling we've got a much stronger microwave than we used to have, because that seems excessive to me. Okay, Sarah says, I planted in our local backyard growers community garden raised bed and got a free invite after a year wait list. That's awesome. Okay, so this is the zucchini spirals. I do not think they need to go back in. Plenty hot. So I'm just going to say the instructions on this might be wrong, because those seem plenty hot. Okay, and I'm going to toss these in some of the spaghetti sauce. So here's the zucchini. This is the zucchini, and again, this is with the Mids Italian sausage spaghetti sauce that I got for my birthday. And I already know that this tastes fantastic on pasta, because that's what we had it with for my birthday. Okay, so here it is with the zucchini noodles. Let's see. It's very good with the zucchini noodles. Very good. Yeah. The zucchini noodles, probably because I didn't cook them the second time, are a little bit firm, but delicious. Like, that would be absolutely delicious. And yes, Carol Lou, they are a little bit watery, so I think I would need to squeeze them out just a little bit. And I think I've had that issue with zucchini noodles in the past. Okay, so that's the zucchini noodles. The squash is, wow, bubbling a lot and overflowing. And it said to leave it in there for longer than I've left it in there for. Okay, we're gonna let that one cook for just a little bit longer. Okay, and now we're gonna rinse the hearts of palm. And because I was curious about the rinsing of it too, then I've decided, instead of running it through a colander, and I'm gonna try not to make the whole thing tonight, unless it's just absolutely fantastic, then I'll do it. But just for the taste test, okay, Lynn doesn't care for them either. Which one's the zucchini or the spaghetti squash? Okay, this looks like pasta. So this is the hearts of palm. These are the hearts of palm noodles, Palmini brand, and I know there are several different brands. It doesn't really smell like anything. The hearts of palm, so Phyllis said smell them. The hearts of palm don't really smell like anything. Just smells like, I don't know. Doesn't even really smell like vegetables. Okay, we're gonna rinse this off really well, because like 7 people said to rinse it off. Okay, I'm gonna let the hearts of palm drain just a little bit while I grab the spaghetti noodles. Okay, so they're gonna be like, so the hearts of palm, is that gonna be like tofu, Carol? Carol says it really takes on the flavor of whatever you cook it with. So is that going to be, so it's going to be like tofu. It's going to taste like whatever you cook it with. Okay, so here is the spaghetti squash. And I got to tell you, I don't know. I'm having mixed feelings about the spaghetti squash. It's kind of just a frozen lump. I don't know, Green Giant. Not feeling super good about this. And let's see. Carol says, I think that's the shiitake noodles. What are y'all talking about with the shiitake noodles? Okay, let me get a little bit of sauce on these. Okay, so I'm sitting here fussing about these. These are the frozen Green Giant spaghetti squash. I love spaghetti squash as a, like, if I made the spaghetti squash. Okay, now that I'm starting to do it with a fork, it's looking a little bit more like spaghetti squash, but I don't know. The consistency of these frozen and reheated, this reheated spaghetti squash, it's not looking like, I don't know, it doesn't look like real spaghetti squash. We have just a couple of minutes. So, real spaghetti squash, again, super easy to make. You can make it in the air fryer. I have a feeling, I'm going to taste this, but I have a feeling, and I love spaghetti squash. I have a feeling that I will be making my own and maybe freezing it myself. I don't know, but let's see. It's fine. I mean, if you needed to buy it frozen, sure, it's fine. Okay, now let's try the palmini, because this is the one everybody's excited about. Okay, this is what it looks like in the little thing. Ooh, and Carol Lou says palmini noodles are fantastic in soup. Okay, first comment. Look at that. That's holding together like actual spaghetti noodles. That's exciting. Okay, I have to say, okay, and the palmini was not in the frozen section. This was in the fresh section. Does anybody happen to know how long this stays good after it's open? Do you have to eat the whole thing immediately, or does it stay good? This looks the most like real spaghetti. So hang in there with me. If you're getting tired, I know. Just imagine, I haven't had supper yet. So I have like 3 minutes left. That's spaghetti. Oh yeah. This is spaghetti. I think and I didn't even heat it up. I forgot to heat it up. So Carol Lou just said, are you going to cook the noodles? I don't know if I am or not. I just mixed them around. I just mixed them around in the warm, okay, Debbie says, I would eat in the next couple of days, store in the refrigerator. Here, let's see. Okay, I still have 5 minutes left. I'm going to heat these up a little bit. I don't know. That's pretty darn good. Whoever suggested these, you may have a new friend. So, the zucchini spirals were pretty good, a little watery. The frozen spaghetti squash, I'm going to eat it because I love spaghetti squash, but I will not be buying that again. The palmini noodles, those were really good. So let's heat them up just a little bit. I did toss them in the warmed up spaghetti sauce. But let's see. And Carol, was it you, Carol Lou? I feel like it was. I feel like it was you that had recommended them originally. Okay, let's see what they taste like with the noodles themselves actually heated up. And this looks like spaghetti. It looks like spaghetti. And Debbie wants to find the ones in rice form and use them to make, ooh, a sushi bake. That sounds good. Oh my goodness. So hot. Hands down. Oh yeah. Winner. That tastes like spaghetti. It tastes like spaghetti. I seriously doubt if John or Alyssa or anybody else, if I served this to them, I seriously doubt that they would be able to tell any difference. So I'm going to say in order of how I like them, these are convenience foods. These are not things that you would make on your own. You can spiralize your own zucchini if you want to. You can 100% do your own spaghetti squash if you want to. I don't know how you would do hearts of palm, but I'm going to say in order of liking it, and I didn't dislike any of them. This one was kind of disappointing. I'd rather just make my own spaghetti squash. There really is, unless I was just super desperate, no point in purchasing that. This is good. I do like this. It's a little bit watery, but these would be nice to keep on hand when I need some zucchini noodles. I do like the way that the Tattooed Chef had them in little nests, so you could get out one little nest at a time if you needed it. But hands down, these palmini noodles, the palmini Hearts of Palm angel hair pasta noodles, 0 smart points, hands down. This is the winner. This is what I'm having for supper tonight. So thank you all again very much for being here. I'm going to put these right here so you can see, so that y'all can see the brand name, you know, while I'm talking. I did rinse it off. I don't know what they, here, let's see what they taste like without being rinsed off. Not hideous, but they are better rinsed off. Anyway, that is more like actual spaghetti noodles, so hands down the winner. I hope you all enjoyed tonight. I'm happy to try more things for you, just no more things with cottage cheese. But thank you all for being here. If you're watching this on YouTube, let that next video go ahead and roll over. I promise you will enjoy it. And go ahead and click on that subscribe button, pretty please. That also helps us out just a little bit when you all do that. But I hope you enjoy this. Casey will have this posted on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com here in the next few days, and you can go back and find my review on those. And I'll also go ahead and review these over on Instagram so that you can see that. But thank you for being here. You all have a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Good night.